Alright, it says I'm live. Let's see if it actually is working, and let me get this tucked in here. Oh. I got a buddy of mine who just went live as well. Hang on a second. I gotta make some adjustments here. Turn off the ringtone, turn off the notifications, just to make sure that Will doesn't call me during the live stream. Because he's out on the bank as well, apparently, today. Alright, I think we're settled. It is super windy, so I'm hoping you guys can hear me all right. We're going to do my best to try and make this work like this, because the wind is just insane today. Welcome to October, the October live stream. We are here. We are on the bank. Stay positive. Good to see you. Yes, we have had a few fish. I'm fishing with Dave Pendlebury today from Monster Carp Tackle. We're putting together a video. It's going pretty well. We're actually focusing on carp fishing with the Centerpin today. So this video will probably be ready around December-ish. Maybe sooner, we'll see. I've got a schedule to go with the videos we already have complete. But this one's been a lot of fun. And we came here really excited that we were going to do this. And then it like nothing was happening for the longest time. And then boom, flip the switch. We had a bunch of fish out. So this is really, really good. Screaming Carp runs, also on the bank watching along. Awesome. Good to see you there. I don't know if they've chimed in yet. Directly across the bank from us is Fat Boys Fishing, who were in our September live stream. If you saw, we joined them on the bank. My son and I went for a walk while they were fishing. Dave is right across from us. And he's had a fish. I think he's had two there. Hi, Dave. I'll wave at you. So, oh, yeah. There's Dave and Jimmy. They're over there. What are you doing? The camera's on this side, Dave. Oh, that's what you're trying to stop? Is that little bit there? Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Is that better, Dave? Are you satisfied? Yeah, I'm happy to see that people are chiming in. Dave, you made the video. I know I sent you the message, but yeah, we saw them playing a fish on the other side from us. I had to get the camera up. I'm trying to get it over the reeds that are all windy and stuff like that. And it's going to be an awkward shot because I'm shaking in the wind trying to hold the tripod up, but we saw that fish go in the net on camera, so we know it's official. The one you got this morning before we were even set up, that one doesn't count because, you know, you just showed me a picture from that spot. That could have been taken any time. But yeah, it's actually gone well. I lost one, and they all count, yeah. I lost one, then I landed one. Dave's landed two. Except catfish. Catfish do count if they're big. So yeah, we've had a good morning. We've had a bunch of dropped runs. Only the one hook come out. The one fish that Dave had actually shot down the bank, wrapped up into a log and a big weed mat, and somehow he still got it out. So that was exciting. So now we're just taking a break to do the live stream. Even though we are still technically fishing, we're not going to put the cameras on again until after the live stream. Stay positive. Thank you so much for that super chat. Really, really appreciate it. I'm glad you love the Monster Carp stuff. I do too. Dave does too. That's why we use it. And you know, I completely understand that, you know, I do show that I use other companies' products as well. But keep in mind, you know, it's always good to experiment and try what's out there. When it really comes down to it, the Monster Carp stuff is always what I end up using again anyways. I always back to that. So it's just kind of that comfort and confidence that you know that equipment is going to work. And believe it or not, that's kind of how today started. That fish that I lost, I was using one of the ESP gripper hooks with a beaked point. Now, obviously, some places a beak point is practical, rocky areas and such. I lost my fish. I don't think I had a good hook hold. I switched that out to a monster carp tackle hook, so I had the straight point. Very next bite, hook held. So, you know, paying attention to your equipment is key, obviously. But going back to a hook that I have 1,000% confidence in made the difference. Excuse me. I've had a little bit too much energy drink right now, and I'm wired. Looks like we got a few people in there today. I'm glad that you guys are all joining. I do apologize, I'll say it right now, that I don't do enough live streams from the bank. I wish the schedule would allow it for me to do more, but typically I don't get to fish Saturdays. Typically my fishing is Sundays or after work sessions. And now that we're into the fall, after work sessions are tough because it gets dark a lot earlier. So, you know, me working longer hours, I don't get home until 6 o'clock. I have an hour and a half of daylight, and then it's dark. Sometimes that's just a little bit too much to try and cram a video in. But yeah, a rare Saturday on the bank, and I'm really, really happy to be out here. Mainly because Dave talked me into doing something awesome. And like I said, centerpin carping. I've not fished this way before. Yes, I've caught carp on the centerpin, but on my trout rods, drifting in current for trout and salmon and stuff. I've never actually put a centerpin on a carp rod, fished it on a pod, and waited for the runs. Like, this is awesome.
Maybe ask them if anyone has any questions about it that we should incorporate into the video.
Yeah, they probably didn't hear you, Dave, so I will repeat that.
And the hot mic sound is not that bad. It's only once in a while.
Okay, good. Dave brought up a good point. Since we still have a little bit of time, we probably got 2 hours after the live stream's done. I don't know if I'll be able to do this for the full hour, but we're going to have some time to finish up this video before we have to go. So, if there's anybody out there that's like watching the live stream now, if you have specific questions that you would like us to try and address in relation to centerpin carp fishing, throw it in the chat. That way I can take a look at it. We'll try to incorporate that into the video that we are filming right now. If we don't get it into this video, at least it's something that we can try to address later, whether it be on camera or if it's just a matter of like throwing an email back to give you the answers you need. Please don't hesitate to shoot us a message right here in the chat. Comment on the videos when they go out. If you have questions you want us to address, let us know. We'll try and slip it into the vids. Also, many of you guys who are watching now already know if you drop messages to us on Instagram or through the Facebook page, I do my best to answer those as quickly as I can. And yeah, some of you guys I've had quite long conversations with over different topics. So again, we'll try to answer what we can. But yeah, just throw the questions in there and we'll see what we can do to help you out. Okay, so just in case you guys were wondering, the centerpin reels that we're using today are Raven centerpins. I am using the T4 and Dave is using the Vectra SST. Now, I'll just ask you, Dave, I don't know if people will hear us, but or like hear your response necessarily, but in comparison of these two reels, is there a whole lot of difference between the two of them, or are they relatively similar?
These reels, they're both like a 4.5 inch diameter. They're relatively the same. The diameter is very similar. The width of the spool is the same. I think the T4 probably has a bit of a stronger clicker and some more porting. And the actual bearing itself is going to be an ABAC 5 bearing in the SST4. The Vectra is going to have like an ABAC 3 bearing in there. But personally, when you're fishing the Niagara and that, I don't really worry about the bearing specifications too much. As long as it's spinning, then everything's good. But Nope, this reel here is a lot older. That one's newer, and but outside of that, like the center knob on the older reel is a different style. The center knob on the SST4 is a little bit different. It's a little bit updated. There's some tighter tolerances, but it's hard to compare the two. There's years and years of fishing experience between these two reels. The SST4 has only been out for a couple years, 4 years maybe, and whereas this one's been out probably over a dozen years now. So
Wow.
there's almost 10 years between the manufacture dates. So, but anyways, it's just something to try if you haven't. If you get into a number of carp and you want to try to spice things up a little bit, then definitely if you're margin fishing, I would give the Centerpin a go.
Cool. So not really a whole lot of difference. Just that's where you start to come into personal preference, I guess, with the different types of reels or the different specific center pins. Would you say?
This one's probably got a stronger clicker. I don't know if I said that, but
Yeah, you did. So that obviously that would be better for the take, where you're going to have less overrun, more likely. Like you're going to have less over spool.
yeah, less
Yeah.
chance of the line wrapping around your pod or whatever.
I'm having a good time. It's not just the energy drink that's doing it. Yeah, I had that coffee this morning and I kind of wanted to have a nap right afterwards. That's why we were so slow to get going. What's the reason for using a center pin? Just more manual hands-on fun from Screaming Carp Runs. Yeah, just personal pleasure. If you've used a center pin for trout or any other species, having that 1-to-1 ratio for a drag, I like that kind of control. And that's why I do float fishing with a center pin for trout. I know that's why Dave does it as well. Having that 1-to-1 control, you're relying on less of your equipment, the gears and the drag and all that stuff. It's just your fingers. So you have 100% control of how much line that fish can take or not. Also, you're using it on lighter gear, so the fight is a little bit more interesting, a little bit more exciting. As Dave touched on in what we were filming earlier, one of the key things is, you've got your downsides like casting accuracy and casting distance. They suck. But when you can get a decent cast in and get what you feel is a good line lay for your bait to be presented properly, it just comes down to personal pleasure of feeling that fish in a different way. And I have to say, it's really not. It's not something that I was expecting to really enjoy as much as I did. I've landed huge fish on center pins over the years, like huge salmon, big trout. I've had rainbow trout over 20 pounds on a center pin. And I had a 3-pound carp this morning, and that felt just as amazing. So yeah, I think this is just something to do for the novelty of it. There was another question. Okay, we are thinking of having lunch delivered. You guys good? That's from Dave. Yeah, we're good, Dave. Thanks very much. I have snacks over here, and we're only fishing till about 3, so I'll be stopping and getting some burgers on the way home. Just because I'm a pig and I need to eat burgers after fishing. Oh, I'm getting ants. I hope they're not getting into my other snacks. You had ants in your coffee this morning, hey Dave? That was awesome. Oh, was that the wind or is that a drop back?
I can't tell. It's blowing so hard.
The wind is like nasty over here.
I don't know if. Oh, you.
Okay, I gotta tighten that up. I don't know if they can hear you, Dave.
I don't know if you want to try to make an analogy between like driving standard or automatic. It's almost like the people that drive like standard vehicles swear by standard vehicle and would never want to drive an automatic because it's boring or whatever. It's like when you're relying on the drag and the bait runner and all these different things. It's like it takes all the takes a lot of the fun out of it. But when it's just you and the fish, it's like driving a standard vehicle.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know if you guys heard Dave's analogy there, or his explanation, because we just can't count on the wind. But I'll try and sum it up a bit just to shorten up what he said. Fishing the Centerpin for carp versus like a big pit. He said it's very much Dave Newman, what wind? Yeah, it's because you guys are hidden in the bush. Nice, nice one. Fishing a Centerpin for carp is very much like the difference between driving a standard car and an automatic car. Automatic would be your big pit. You're relying on your gears and your equipment, the tools to do a very specific job in the way they let line out or take line in. Whereas with the standard, you have that complete control over what's going on, like when it goes into gear, how it works. And in the same way, it takes a bit more practice. I can't drive standard. Done it a couple times. Most of the time I stall out because I just can't do it. It took me a long time to get used to fishing a Centerpin years ago for trout and stuff like that. So it's something I can jump into in this style, having experience doing that, fishing that kind of reel. But it's a completely different feel on a carp rod. That is certain. So yeah, it's very much like the difference between driving automatic or standard. It takes a little bit more practice to get used to this, but the people that drive standard will only drive standard. They don't want to drive automatic. They like having that manual control. It's very, very similar. Very good analogy, Dave. You get a gold star for that. So what's the deal? We smack a bunch of fish right, boom, 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 boom. Comes time for the live stream. Nothing's happening.
It was like when it seemed to coincide with the sun coming out. And...
Yeah, because the clouds have really pushed off, so we're not having as many big shadows coming over. Did you put corn out after that last fish?
I should.
You need to put bait out.
All right.
Yeah, you definitely need to put bait out. Are you gonna put some more of the small particle, or you want to stick with the heavy stuff because it's so windy?
I think I'm just gonna stick with the field corn right now.
I've been trickling boilies in bit by bit when you're not looking. It's not really helped me any. Actually, Dave Newman over there across the side, Fat Boys Fishing, you and Jimmy, I got a question for you. You guys put some bait in a good amount of time before you went into your swim over there. And I'm sure you're fishing with pack bait. But what I don't know, because I haven't seen you do it, is have you put more bait out since? Like you had that fish, I haven't seen you guys put any more bait out after that. Is there a reason for that strategy, or did you just forget? I'm curious about that, because I would have thought you guys would have put more bait out right after that fish. If you did, maybe I didn't see it. Does it smell bad, Dave? Yeah?
I got it in my eye.
Oh, corn juice in the eyes. Awesome. Wow. This is some insane wind. I think what makes it really cool is that we have activity. It's actually really comfortable out here. But these big gusts, that can play a factor. It's our indication, the monster carp alarms are great. They have so many sensitivity settings. You can really get it dialed in to not have false indication, even in this heavy gusts. But it's almost one of those cases where I kind of want a little bit of false indication just to keep me excited that something's going to happen. Oh, your stuff is that far in the path there. Jimmy didn't want to carry it all the way in for you, eh? That swim looks pretty tight from here. Is it pretty much just like a one-guy spot and you guys are fitting two in there? Or is it actually decent where you could fit you guys both comfortably? Wow, that's getting strong, that wind. Actually, Screaming Carp Runs says that they could hear you just fine, so that's pretty good.
I think he's out. Is he fishing Toronto Harbor or something?
I don't know. He didn't mention Screaming Carp Runs. Where are you fishing? You said you're on the bank. Dave wants to know where you are.
I think it's Toronto. I can see CN Tower in the back of his last couple photos.
Oh, oh. Oh, Dave says Jimmy's his porter. You need to get him a little bellboy hat just to wear out fishing. We are cuddling. Oh, so it's a tight spot. Well, Dave, I imagine you're pretty warm, so Jimmy's the one benefiting there. Are you putting like all the bait in, Dave, or are you just baiting up a little bit?
Just spreading it out, man.
Okay.
Try to keep it moving.
So I guess I didn't mention, being here in Canada, this is our... Oh, whoa, whoa! Okay, I'm in. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Ah. He got into that weed bed. He went straight out and went right into the weeds. Crap. Yeah, he's off. I was just about to say it's Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, and I'm really thankful for the chance to get a bite.
Oh, you lost your boilie.
My pop-up came off. That was a great move there. Yeah, that hurt. My feet slipped out from under me in the mud, and I kind of did an ass slide right to the pod there. Oh man, that was a good run. I think he was heading towards their swim. He just went straight and hit that, that wall of weed right before the drop off. He just slammed into that and was gone. All right. That sucked. Damn. That was good. Okay, so.
Do you want me to pass you a different rig, or do you want... Oh, it's a screw.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky guy.
Jimmy's clapping at me like you're an acrobatic. Yeah. Okay. Hook point's good. Since it's going to be a while before this video comes out, I'll go over the rig with you right now. 2.5 gram lead. Very, very short hook length. Big loop to a round rig or spinner rig. Little Raven soft shot there just behind the knot of my loop. And I got a bait screw on. Let me bust out the pop-ups I'm getting my bites on. They're in my pop-up bag. Damn! I hurt myself. My lower back is all tight right now. But like, it's because my feet are wet from going in the water.
I think it's every
I've
time
just turned this into a mudslide here.
I think it's every time you have your waders on, you hurt yourself.
Every time this year. Every time I've had my waders on this year, I've gotten hurt in some way. All right. So the pop-up, everybody knows I use mainline pop-ups, and that's what I started with today. But I think the darker color from me soaking them in goo wasn't working in the low light conditions of this morning. It was right after I switched to a brighter bait. These are the Banana and Pineapple TX1 pop-ups from Shimano. These are really, 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 really bright. Now, this bright yellow, if you get the ESP pop-up boilies, the rubber boilies that they have, just like their pop-up corn, it's the exact same yellow for their neon yellow. They both work incredibly well. We don't have to worry about gobies or any kind of nuisance fish here yet that I've had to deal with. So I have no problem using these. If we were dealing with crayfish or gobies or something like that, I'd be switching to the plastic. But yeah, this brighter color is actually what got me my bite. Well, the 3 bites I've had now today. And clearly, having only landed a little dink, I suck at fishing. Okay, no. I'm really good at fishing. I suck at catching. why I brought Dave. He can catch all the fish for me. All right. So yeah, there's the setup. That's what's doing the business. So now, I have to do a really sloppy cast out there. Hey, Dave. Just so people can see how awkward I am and how much I'm going to screw this up, I'll get you to film the cast. Oh, Dom's in here. I can send you some guides if you want to learn how to fish. No, I just said I know how to fish. I suck at catching. So unless you can send somebody over here that can tell me exactly how to catch, I'm good. Thanks, Dom. Dom's actually been catching well lately, or at the very least, he's posting very well.
Oh, this wind is insane.
Oh, this wind is just nuts.
That heron is like flying backwards.
Yeah, Charlie can't make any progress. Okay, I'm tangled up on the tip here. That's still tangled, yeah?
Yep.
Oh my God. You know why it's tangled? It's wrapped up like that? Because I suck at casting a center pin. Okay, let's get this cast in the water. Dom needs to be able to make fun of me here. Is it popping around? It up? Cut my head out. There you go.
I can't tell.
It wasn't the hard donk, but it felt it hit pretty good. It wasn't that weed.
Well, that's where you got your first fish, isn't it?
Yeah, that spot there. I'm trying to stick with that. Yeah, action camera's dead. Ooh, covered up the camera. No, I did when I grabbed it. Ow. Yeah, my lower back hurt. Yeah, that's all slippery. Yeah. Hang on a second here. Dom's being silly. Ever tried a metal rod and a car battery? No? Haven't? Have you tried the drone video idea yet? No, my drones aren't up and running yet, and I'm really worried about getting busted chasing eagles or something with it. That would be bad. You know, if I'm just flying it around and an eagle takes it out, awesome. But yeah, haven't got the drones up yet this year. I just really haven't had time to focus on practicing. I will get it going though. It'll happen. You notice that Dave never answered me about whether or not they put more bait out? Oh, that's right. He said their stuff's way back behind them. So they're just fishing lazy. Well, crap. I was really hoping to get a fish on the live stream, and,
Well, he did, kinda.
and I blew it. Oh.
Well, either way, I'm just glad that the alarms are going off still.
Yeah. Was it the last live stream you said Starbucks was better than Tim Hortons?
I don't think you would ever say that.
I would never say that.
I wouldn't.
Starbucks
I wouldn't
is
fish
awful.
with. I would not fish with you if you said that.
I think we were making fun of like wearing UGG boots and vests and stuff like that. And,
Man buns.
oh yeah, no. It's every now and then I'll go into a Starbucks and I'll get a hot chocolate, but that's only if I'm not near a Tim Hortons. Now, I did break down this morning for a very specific reason. My coffee was from McDonald's this morning and not Tim Hortons, because Tim Hortons was not open when I left the house. So that's my only reason for not doing that. Oh, Dave says it's not that they're fishing lazy, he's just fat. That's awful. But that's why they're fat boys, right? Fat boys fishing. Come on, you guys, get a fish over there. I need some entertainment over here because I suck at what I'm doing. And Dave's taking a break. It's just too much fun today. Tim Hortons rules. Yes. If you don't got your Timmies, you're not fishing right. And maybe that's why I've only had 1 fish and 2 lost. Clouds are starting to pick up again, eh? Maybe that storm's gonna actually show up earlier. Improved carp angling is waving at us. Nathan, how's it going? You've missed it. I suck at catching. I'm good at fishing. I suck at catching. That's the official word of the day. We've been going just over 30 minutes. It's not bad. I wasn't expecting to actually go this long today.
Nathan might recognize this swim.
I don't know if Nathan can recognize the swim because we're really not showing it that well.
True. Anyways, when the video comes out.
It says it can't be much worse than him. If you're not fishing with Will, you're going to be doing better right off the bat. So I don't think there's an issue there. I kind of want yours to go. Number 1 rule for catching, tie hook to line. I did, but did I tie it on backwards? That could be my issue. Dave says if he misses one, he'd blow out a hip. So I guess that means he's not jumping up and running for the rod. Yeah, Dom, I definitely tied the line to the pointy end of the hook. That's my issue. I can get the runs, I just can't hook them. The one that I did land just tangled up. You notice that we're not having as much loose weed drifting around. It's all congregating in weed mats now. We're seeing a lot more of the weed mats drifting through than just the single strands like we had earlier.
Maybe it's coming more from the south now. I don't know.
I don't know. It's definitely odd. The wind is definitely shifting around. I'm having a good time though. You having a good time?
Yeah. I just wish that this wasn't such an awkward swim because
it's a very awkward swim.
I'm not very comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not very comfortable either, but it's the best we can do. I would have liked to bring a chair out, but there's really nowhere to put it. We're kind of on a muddy slope over some rocks, just up against a hillside, and it's a great spot to catch, you know, when you're not me. Comfort level is just crap, though. The things we do to be able to enjoy some fishing.
You almost got a breach on camera. That thing was like right out of the water.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
So they're still jumping.
Yeah.
We've probably seen, what, 200 fish jump today?
Yeah. And not because they were on the end of our line.
No, those ones didn't jump. Jumped into the weeds and dropped my hook. I don't know. It was just a really good day to be out. Really good time to be on the bank.
Because the weather's going to be switching soon.
Yeah. Once that weather changes and, you know, cold temperatures settle in, I'm not going to be able to get much carping in. I'll have to settle for ice fishing with Dave Newman. Which is fine because he's really good at ice fishing. And he has all the toys. He's got all the cool toys. It's like playing video games when you ice fish with Dave. That'll be exciting. I'd love to get in some pike through the ice again this year. I didn't get to last year. I'm sorry I keep blocking the camera. I'm just trying to see the chat. Are you sure they aren't just waves you're seeing? Looks a bit windy. It's horrendously windy, but these fish are coming clean out of the water. It's pretty definitive. And yeah, you know what? Over on the other side where Dave and Jimmy are, it's pretty much flat calm. We've actually got waves over here. That was fish. He comes straight up over there.
I was just keeping my eye on the camera and make sure it didn't topple over.
Oh, my phone's letting me know I'm burning through my data. So I won't run this too much longer. I was hoping to get a run and a fish for the live stream. I've accomplished half that. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm doing what I can. Oh, that energy drink has me wired. I'm not normally this loopy. Who's gonna get the next bite? I think it's technically your turn.
I don't think I'm gonna get one until I do a recast.
Yeah, you haven't done a recast.
I think Dave's got one.
Oh, they got bumps. Oh yeah! Fat Boy's fishing. Dave is in. I'd show you with this. There's no way you could possibly zoom in enough to see it. Hang on, let me just see if I can just turn this around just to show you a little bit. Will this let me zoom in?
He's laughing.
I can't see them. They're over there somewhere. Can you guys see them on the other side? Dave is in. Dom was hoping to get into some canal carp, but it's way too weedy for him. I can't see because of how bright it is, but I think we can actually see Dave there. Crank it in. Don't do what I did and screw it all up. You know what? I think Dave and Jimmy just showed up so that they can get on the actual video and stream today. I think they had a whole other plan for what they were doing. This is really, really shaky and messy, but so what? They're catching over there. I hope it's a 30-pound mirror, Dave. He's got his net. Oh, no way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think they lost it. No! Oh, man. That sucks. I don't think they had it far from the net either. That sucks to play it that long. At least all of my losses have come off pretty quick when they hit that weed bed, but those guys were playing at it for a while. Damn, sorry guys. But hey, I'm not the only one that sucks at catching now. It's not just me. Damn, I hope that felt like a nice fish, Dave. Good to see you guys got it into another bite. I heard there was... Ask what he's using, yeah. Nathan says he heard there was a 40 plus caught in Canada recently. I haven't heard anything. There seems to be one or two caught every year that I do eventually hear about, but...
I think, didn't some of the Quebec guys get one right at the beginning of spring?
Well, maybe. I don't know, but Nathan's saying it was recently.
Oh.
So I don't know. I know Lucas has had a really good one in Toronto, but I don't know if that was 40. I'm sure I'll see it on social media soon. Yeah, probably. If I bother with social media. Haven't really been paying much attention lately. Oh, okay. Dave is cast back out. He's back on his spot. Hopefully he'll get another run. It was funny too, because before you said anything, I heard them yell, "Oh!" It's neat how when the wind dies down, you can hear like everything out here. As soon as the wind is up, I can barely hear Dave sitting next to me. Well, now I want to keep this going a little bit longer because bites are happening. But we need to actually get a fish in the net. How long before the next bite, Dave? What's your prediction?
I have to do a recast.
You have to do a recast. Do your recast.
Okay.
Okay.
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Sounds good. Oh. Did you see that? I'm getting bites.
I think we crossed lines.
No, come on.
I'll try to keep my tip down and see what happens.
That's you? Okay, now there's nothing. Do you think our lines were crossed there?
It might have been me.
Damn, Dave, you got my hopes up, man. Okay, Demir just texted me rather than jump in the chat to catch some fish. I'm trying, man. I suck at it. Oh, Dave Newman says he didn't want to show us up on my own show. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Dom is saying, I'm saying 15 minutes if you can cast 3 feet further out.
Sure.
He's probably not wrong. It was the further cast that got me my fish earlier. Dave says 16 minutes.
I'm gonna cross your line again.
Don't cross my line, Dave.
I want to.
Oh, you did too. Oh, you got a wind knot, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's bad. It just undid itself. That was a really big wind knot he just had, and as soon as it hit the rod tip, it just untangled completely. I don't know why I just did jazz hands when I said untangled. You did cast over me, you... Now we know why Dave catches so many fish. He just casts over everybody. But he's doing it on purpose, unlike Jeff, who does it, accidentally?
I told you I was gonna do it.
So you set an expectation. If I lose a mirror because you're over my line, we're gonna have words, bro.
Okay, set the timer.
Set the timer. So you said 5 minutes, Dom said 15, and Dave said 16. I'm gonna go with the guess of 8. I'll go in between everybody. What's our time right now? We're at 42.5 minutes into the live stream. So we'll see who is closest.
I don't know what the heck. As soon as I switched off the double pop-up, like I'm all of a sudden I'm second guessing my change, but
Oh, that's right. You did change your setup just to try an experiment.
yeah.
But look at how long it was between my bites, right? So
Yeah.
potentially that might not be what the problem is. If this recast doesn't do it, then maybe put the double pop-up corn back on.
Yeah, I'll give it an hour.
That has definitely been the go-to bait for this season, I think, for both of us, hasn't it? We've had more fish.
We haven't been on the bank.
Oh. Not 16, Dave is in. I heard the alarm that time. I'm not going to point the camera at Dave this time because if he loses it again...
No, he's probably going to land it. So.
He's probably going to land it.
So don't film it.
Actually, he's bent right into that. That's probably a pretty good fish. I know he doesn't have the greatest balance. And I don't want him to fall and get hurt because it looked like he came close with the last bite, but he's leaning into that one good, so that's got to be a decent fish. Or it's a little fish and it's a massive mat of weeds that he's into. Did you hear the alarm that time?
Yeah.
I did. I did.
It's like the wind stopped just for that
Just
one
for
moment.
that one moment, yeah.
It's starting to feel fishy again.
Jimmy, if you can hear me, you better do a great net job on that one. We're gonna give you a score. We're gonna rate your net job from here.
Grab the 42-inch disc.
So we're gonna look for overall quality of scoop.
He said it was a monster carp alarm.
Yeah, we're gonna go with finesse of scoop, and we need another point to grade it on. Overall artistic look.
Oh,
He missed.
he knocked it off.
Dave's still backing up, so I don't think he knocked it off. Oh no, it swam out. Still going. I think it's a small one. Those kicks.
Scrappy ones.
Yeah, just a really scrappy little fish. I'm thinking so far, 2 missed attempts. He's losing points on that grading of his net job.
Unless he's trying to create suspense, in which case.
He's definitely creating suspense. He's trying to scoop it like it's a trout. It's in the net, but that was a good curve. That last little swirl on the end. You know what? Out of 10, I'm going to rate that net job a solid 7 3/4. Very nice.
It's definitely a pass.
That looks like actually decent fish. Probably low to mid doubles. Nicely done, gentlemen.
1, 2, that's 3 runs between us during the live stream.
3 runs between us in the last 45 minutes. That's oh, oh, oh. Yeah! Holy crap. Oh, this is good.
Oh, good, it's up top.
Yeah, it went right up straight away. It's out there in the current.
Yeah. I think if he goes down, I don't think there's as many weeds if he goes down.
I'm sorry that I can't see the chat from here. I'm a little busy. Swimming at me again. Feels decent. Oh, you're making me nervous, Dave. Get away from the water with that. Almost died. I dropped it in the tub.
I'm not going to ask any questions there.
I watch YouTube videos when I'm in the bath so that I have time to actually like catch up on everybody else's videos. And as weird as it sounds, I do specifically almost watch exclusively the Dom Fishing UK videos when I'm in the bath. I know that's really odd, isn't it?
I don't know if he wants to know that.
Well, he's already seen Goldie half naked, so
He might unsubscribe you.
I gotta make the use out of the most of my time.
Dark one?
Darker, longer. Might actually be a decent fish. That's a decent fish, Dave. Oh, we don't have it on the main camera for the regular video.
You want me to turn it on?
No. But we're gonna need good pictures after this.
For sure. The darker one, for sure.
That's why I like this spot. It's the older, darker fish. But that's a good fish.
Oh my goodness. Does it have another run left in it?
I'm hoping not. I hope it's done. Oh, yes.
Oh, the boilie came off again.
Come off. That's a long fish. That's a high double. For sure. Pop up.
Carp fishing on a budget.
10 ways to save money. Get your pop-ups out of the water. Okay, let's go over here.
Oh, that's a solid fish.
That's a solid fish. Quality fish.
That's not bad at all.
For this spot, it's not a big fish spot.
That's the bigger side of the average.
Yeah,
for here.
this is larger average. For sure.
Nicely colored.
Yeah, it's the like this chocolatey chestnutty color.
Do I have you in there at all?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Actually, you're filming this better than you do with a normal camera. You're doing really well, Dave. Oh, I knocked over your camera.
That's all right. It's not really doing much for me right now. How much chaos would there be right now if I took her? Oh, that fish jumped right out of the water.
Oh, this is a quality fish, guys. Look at that. Level that out, Dave. You're on an angle.
I can't tell what's going on.
Perfect, right there. Just stop hitting your finger on the screen because there's all kinds of pop-ups coming up. Yeah, that's a... I would probably put that at about 15, 16 pounds. No more than that. This is a solid fish. He's heavy. Very, very heavy. Very long. Turn around.
Well, we'll have to get the over-under on the time later.
Yeah.
Was that 5 minutes or
I think
what?
that was about 5 minutes, but you were supposed to get the run. What a gorgeous fish. During the live stream. And I didn't screw up that time. I'm so proud of myself. I need a prize. I don't have any more energy drinks. I'm still wired. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, I'll tell you what guys, I do apologize that I'm going to cut this short, but I'm a mess. We're definitely got to get some pictures of this fish. So I'm going to wrap up the live stream right now. Thank you so much for chiming in on the October edition. I will see you in the November one. Keep your eyes out for the video we're shooting today. Should be coming out in and around December or so. Centerpin carp fishing. And yeah, thank you all so much for following along, tuning in. Let's get this in the water here. Fill this with water. We're just going to get some pictures of this fish. Yeah, what a day. I am so happy with how today's gone. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. All right, bring this over to me. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, I missed so much on the chat, guys. I'm sorry. 334 Outdoors caught me one for my birthday. Happy birthday. So much. Best of luck to you for the rest of the season. Yeah. Oh. He's got water in there, so he's definitely good right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I always forget how to stop this. There we go. Awesome.